Welcome, 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 everybody, here at the Lion's Den. We got an exciting AMA for you guys today here with Tectum. They've been on here in the Lion's Den before, doing absolutely great things here in the space. So, as always, welcome them back. We're excited to have them again and just get a little bit more information for those may have not been here the first go around when we had them on the first time. So, again, welcome to the Lion's Den. I'm your host, DBS. I will be here helping. I help here on the Lion's Den main platform. Again, and this platform, basically, if this is your first time in the Lion's Den, I'd like to say first and foremost, welcome. And second, Main is basically we use this social platform to invite in projects like Tectum, for example, to bring in and have them explain about what it is that they're about here in the space and things like that. So with that being said, again, I want to thank you and welcome everybody here into the space today. And I'll hand it over to the founder slash CEO of Maine. We've got Scott. How you doing, brother?
How you doing, mate? Thanks for starting it up and stuff. Yeah, really appreciate you, mate. I'm doing well. How are you?
Not too bad, man. Not too bad. So yeah, I hope everybody here has a show. I got some things going on in the background, so I'm going to step off for a piece. And you guys have a great AMA, and we'll talk soon.
Yeah, man. Thanks a lot, bro. And welcome everybody to the Lions Den. We've got Tectum. Is it Trevor we've got there, mate?
Yes, sir. How are you, buddy?
Yeah, always a pleasure to speak to you guys. Is Russell joining us, or is it just going to be me and you?
I think for the time being, it's us two there. Russell might be jumping on there. He is on the tail end of a meeting.
That's fine. I think Alan's going to jump in about 5-10 minutes as well. Alan Rogers. But yeah, do you want to just give a quick, like a brief introduction of yourself?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. There. Great to be here, everybody. My name is Trevor McCarter. I am COO of Chris Mind, the parent company of Tectum Blockchain. And just to give a little bit of an overview, we've been on here a few times before there, but we are a layer one blockchain. We're fully functional, smart contract enabled. The blockchain has been in development for over 7 years now. The company's roots date back over 9 years as a cybersecurity company in a B2B environment. A couple of bull runs ago, we decided to go into the decentralized realm, and we thought, well, our blockchain would be suitable for a scalable solution for Bitcoin. We know Bitcoin, as it grows, it's going to be congested. It's going to have a lot of fees involved with it there, and that's not going away anytime soon. With ETFs coming down the pipeline and ordinals coming into play, then that is just going to bloat the network even more. So as well as having our blockchain, we also have our fully functional product that we call it SoftNote. SoftNote basically is a digital container or a digital envelope, and anything digital can go inside the envelope, and it can be cryptographically secure and transported throughout the internet. And we do
Yeah,
that
that
through.
honestly, like I swear to God, if anyone hasn't, like, I've got to say, I'm really passionate about this project, and obviously,
Mhm.
I've been with you guys since launch. And what excites me the most about it is the soft notes. If I'm honest, obviously the blockchain is going to be amazing, but I think soft notes is an absolute game changer, especially with the ETFs about to be approved. I think honestly, it's going to be absolutely insane.
Yeah, exactly. Look, we need a scalable solution for at the very least Bitcoin itself. We need Bitcoin to be a currency again instead of slowly migrating into a store of value. It's fine having a store of value, but it was originally created to be a currency. Um, Lightning Network threw their towel into the ring there to showcase their product. We believe it hasn't gone according to plan. But the soft notes, we believe there it brings Bitcoin into the next realm, into layer two, in which you can have virtually free and instant transfer of Bitcoin from one wallet to another wallet, or even fully private and having it off chain and off wallet, where you can hand a serial number and a passcode to someone and make a payment. So it is some ground change in technology, and we're not limited to Bitcoin. We can put any cryptocurrency, any digital currency, any fiat currency for the legacy world, such as what would you say, fiat exchanges in a real that can be settled in a real remittance program, as well as tokenized assets. But we do sort of we do sort of showcase the Bitcoin soft note there to try and get people familiarized with it, and then they can imagine other cryptocurrencies on it.
Yeah, because
So
even like ETH and stuff like that, they've got high fees, haven't they? So if people can use soft notes, it's taking away all the fees of transferring. And what excites me the most, and I've got to be brutally honest, is I think that like, how do you say the word, affect like, like Western Union and people like them who rob people, like third world countries, like when they're trying to send money home to their families. I think Tectum is an absolute game changer for people in third world countries as well, and that's why I love it so much.
yeah, well, look, an example of that. Many years ago, I used to work in a company in Phoenix, Arizona, and we had a lot of foreigners that were taking a lot of the jobs, and they were working very hard, and their backgrounds was very, very difficult. The issue they were having when they got their check on a Thursday, they'd bring it to the bank. The bank would process it, take 3 days. Then they would have to pay. Then they would take the funds, send it overseas to their country. Some of them were from South Africa. That would go through Western Union, and then it would go to a regional bank. When it was all said and done, if they sent home $100 of their wages, by the time it would get to their families, it would take anywhere between 7 to 10 working days, and it could be taken 25% of the fees. Now, if they had a soft note with $100 worth of Bitcoin inside, they would have had to just send a serial number to their loved one and a passcode. The loved one would simply regenerate a new passcode. Now they've got ownership of that soft note within one second from whenever they got the soft note. So that's the difference, and minimum fees, tiny gas fees, if it was on wallet. So that's the game changer right there, and it's going to be an absolute wrecking ball for these old stagnant legacy two platforms that the banking system is trying to squeeze onto, because they love fees. They love squeezing the juice out of your lemons.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I'm not being funny. Even when you do bank transfers and stuff these days, they charge you a fortune. And, it can take days to get the funds. And this is why I think Tectum is going to be off. I swear, I am so bullish on Tectum. And it's like, Russell, he's such a humble guy. Like, he's a CEO of a multi-million-dollar company, but he's just so humble, and it's always a pleasure because I speak to him quite often, about every day. I speak to him really, and it's always a pleasure to speak to him. Because normally, when people get big, they stop speaking to people and stuff like that. But what I love about him is he's just a genuine guy. You know what I'm saying, Trev?
Oh yeah, look, you have to keep your finger on the pulse, and it's the community that keeps the pulse going. We have to keep the finger on it there and know how what way the beats are, and it's the community that is going to be the driving force for the future there, and build up this system there to their needs, and we need to know what their needs are in order to evolve the system more. We look. we are trying to pitch a payment system there, a crypto payment system, as well as a fiat. It can be separated into a fiat system as well. So we have to look as professional as we can, have that that look about us there. But we want to keep it real with the community as well, because they've been with us from the beginning. They've supported us along the way. And look, 2023 there was a very ambitious year for us there, and we launched in July there. We've jumped on many exchanges since then, and as everybody here has seen, the last couple of weeks there, the entire year of hard work in 2023 paid off in dividends there. We started seeing a real source to the upside. There's now a lot of people that we've been in talks with for many months there. They're now circling back to us. They're trying to partner up, negotiate and whatnot. And that was all through hard work, sweat, blood, hard work through 2023 there. So
Yeah, no, I've got to say hats off to you. Obviously, I've seen the struggles. I've seen, and I remember when Tectum went down to about $4, and I was buying and buying, and no one, some people don't believe in the stuff. And as you just said, now that you're getting bigger, you're getting all these big people wanting to get involved, and it's always the way, mate. End of the day, you build and they'll come. So hats off to you. I've seen some amazing videos by some big people in the space in the last few weeks. So yeah, you're getting there, mate. And honestly, if anyone hasn't checked out the soft notes and stuff, just go and check it out now, because it is amazing. And also, mate, you're the first ever project to have something like this listed on an exchange, aren't you? Like, obviously, TET is the actual token, but you've actually got soft notes listed on exchanges now, haven't you?
exactly, yeah. So that was the last piece of the puzzle with soft note. So obviously we've got our own token. Without the token, you can't mint a soft note. Without the soft note, you can't have a scalable solution for Bitcoin moving forward. So whenever, right now with soft notes, you can be the builder of the system. You could go down the rabbit hole there and get rewards, passive rewards for the lifetime of the soft note by minting it, providing liquidity onto it, and then letting that go into circulation for merchants to use. Now, we added the last step to that, which was to make soft notes actually tradable onto exchanges. So that means that our BTC soft note is now paired up with USDT on C2X and XT. They've got a special interface to make that pair possible. So if you didn't want to go down the rabbit hole of building the soft note system out, you can just simply go to the exchange and buy a soft note and buy that utility. So
Yeah, that
yeah, we
that's sorry, that's
yeah
amazing.
we launched that in November there, so we will be going on more exchanges with the soft note.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I was going to actually touch on this a bit more. Obviously, soft notes. Can you explain what you mean by that? Like do you know if you mint a soft note, can you just explain to people in simple terms how you're always going to get passive income if you're the one that creates that soft note and you put it in circulation? Every time that soft note's traded hands, you get a fee, don't you?
Not when it's traded hands there. So we wanted to replicate the cash system into the crypto system. Now we all know what cash is like. You go into your pocket there. You've got fiat notes. You've got dollar notes, and then you can hand that to someone there for payment of something, and there's no charges in between. Now let's say, but whenever you go to a shop and you wanted to use a debit card or whatnot, um, the merchant the merchant is charged for the service of that system. We wanted to replicate that. So if you've got soft notes in your wallet there, you can make a payment to anybody and anywhere, and it's virtually free, bar a gas fee on wallet or no fees off wallet. But if you wanted to pay for goods and services at one of our merchant terminals, so it could be any shops, it could be a coffee shop in El Salvador, let's say. You go to the coffee shop and you want to buy your coffee. You don't want to use fiat. You want to step away from the legacy system there. You want to be decentralized. You want to have your privacy. Um, you go you go up to the shopkeeper there, buy your coffee, make a payment with from your mobile to his terminal. That's very similar to Apple Pay. If the coffee's $4, he'll put up a QR code, and then you will pay. You will scan the QR code. Your phone will show up the amount. Tick the box, make the payment. Comes out of your wallet and into his wallet, and then we charge that shopkeeper 1% out of that $4. So it's the same way, the same system as Visa or Mastercard. Um, that customer walks out the door with a cup of coffee, still hot, hasn't paid any fees except for a tiny gas fee, and it's the transaction is instant. You don't have to wait for blocks to finalize on the Bitcoin network. You don't have to pay Bitcoin fees, in which it would cost more than the coffee itself. So that's the utility. You
That's
basically
amazing.
Yeah,
That,
you
that
basically use the payment system like any other, but you're using it with Bitcoin, but you don't have the congestion or the fees on top of that.
Yeah, that's absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. So can you comparing to like fees, like you just said, what fees do they charge and what fees do you charge?
Yeah, so like a Visa, Mastercard, it could be up to about 2.5, 3% there. The likes of Stripe there can get down to about 1.5, 1%, depending on your point of sales provider. But we only charge up to but never over 1% fees. Now, the bigger the bigger your chain, the more that we can compete and drive that down. We could drive it down to 0.6% if your chain is big enough. So around 0.5% to 1% fees to terminals. But the beauty about all of this is this merchant terminal is already built inside our wallet. So anybody here that has got a small business, you can simply download the app and go to the merchant tab, put in all your details. Now the merchant terminal has got a special interface because there's more specific categories for the merchant terminal, like taxes before the amount, taxes after the amount that you input in or input out. In America, there's tips involved as well, so you could allocate tips to that as well, and the system automatically does this. So you don't have to buy any special hardware. You don't have to pay any upfront fees to opt into the system. You simply download the wallet, you fill in the details, you have a play around. You can reach out to our support team there to get you started, and then you're ready to go. And then from that point onwards, we only charge up to 1% for the service.
That's amazing. So if say for example I'm a company now and I want to start accepting Bitcoin as payments, do I need to have any special, do you know, like in shops they have like the card, the wireless contactless things? Do they have to have that or do they just you what do they do?
All they need is a device. As long as they've got a device in which they can display the QR code, and then the customer can then scan the QR code. That's all they need. So basically, an iPad. An iPad would be pretty ideal, and most businesses use an iPad already, for logistic reasons. But if you're, a very small business there, even your phone, as long as you're quick with the phone, you can generate the QR code. Well, input the amount you charge the customer, generate a QR code automatically, show the QR code, and then accept the payment onto your system, and then you'll need a certain amount of TET tokens then just for the charges, because the charges is charged in the fees are charged in TET.
That's amazing. And how are them fees used? Like, do you burn supply, or how does it work?
No, so the deflationary factor is the utility of the token there. So let's say you this is away from the merchant side now. We're getting into the builder, the builder of the payment system there. So if you're a liquidity provider or a minter, then or a node operator, then you are a beneficiary of the fees. So let's say you mint a bundle of soft notes and provide liquidity on them soft notes, and you happen to be a node operator. Well, you'll get 20% of the fees kicked back. You'll get 20% of that 1%. So let's say $100 purchase was made, then obviously there will be a 1% fee taken off that, and then the minter will get 20 cents from that. The liquidity provider will get 20 cents, and then the node operator will get up to 60% of that fee. So that could be up to 60 cents. So
So,
that's how it's broken down there. So it's all about the builders of it there will get those recurring fees. And if that soft note then goes from that terminal to another terminal, then you'll get even more fees on top of that. So that'll be 2 points of contact for the soft note. And the more points of contact it goes through the merchant terminals, then the more fees that are built up, and then the more that is distributed back to the original person that minted that soft note and provided liquidity on that soft note. And then obviously the node operators keep consensus and keep the protocol going.
it's absolutely insane. It is absolutely insane. Honestly, it's mind blowing what you've built. It really is mind blowing, mate. And this is just one thing. Like, you've got, you're doing stuff with the medical side as well, aren't you?
Yeah, well, look, so that's our payment system there. That's the soft note payment system there. Soft note is our product that's built on top of our blockchain, but also what we're building on top of the blockchain and introducing to the public is Tectum Labs. Tectum Labs is basically an accelerator and launch pad program for any developers that want to build on top of the blockchain. Um, and we've already got 2 projects that we're going to incubate over the next 6 months. One of those projects is Jobs 3, and the other project is QuanMed AI. So I'll talk about Jobs 3 there because it's immediate, and QuanMed AI is a bigger animal there, and we'll be introducing that later down the line. So Jobs 3, anybody here that has ever used Fiverr.com or Upwork, they'll be very familiar with that being kind of the central hub for any what would you say
Job recruiters, like
yeah
recruiting
job recruiters, things of that their nature. Like it's basically an online marketplace for freelance services there. Then freelance services could be anything from graphic designers, digital marketers, bloggers, video editors, programmers, coders, things of that nature. um but that marketplace it's purely centralized, and it's all tied to the legacy system there. It's tied to bank accounts and things of that nature. So you're going to need a government ID to open up a bank account, to have a bank to in order to get paid if you were a freelancer. Jobs 3 completely flip that idea upside down and around. We want Jobs 3 to be the exact same as Fiverr, but instead of Fiverr's for the centralized market, we want Jobs 3 for the decentralized market. Because what we're seeing with the upsurge of AI, someone in a very poor country has got internet access. If they've got internet access, then they've got access to AI. So then they can teach themselves how to code. They can teach themselves how to run SEO services. But they might not have a bank account in order to get paid for these services. So they're they're out of that marketplace. If they wanted to be paid in cryptocurrency, then they could simply advertise their services onto Jobs 3. So Jobs 3, we're going to build out the entire interface, very similar to the Fiverr interface, and anybody that wants to be decentralized, wants to get paid in cryptocurrency, can advertise their services onto that, as well as the jobs market as well in the Web 3 space or Web 3 space. We want to make a marketplace for and anybody and everybody in this space. Because another issue that's happening right now is, let's say you wanted to build a product or a service on top of a blockchain. Problem is, there, unless you know someone from within inside the space, it's very difficult to get a foot inside the door. And usually most people there, they'll be outreached by scammers, for a lack of a better word. They'll come around and say, I can give you shilling services for very cheap, but they're not worth anything. So most people have to go through this procedure of getting going through the charlatans there in order to figure out the good from the bad, and then figuring out what the good services are. But let's say you've got Jobs 3, a central or a hub in which you could have these decentralized finances. They would have a rating system, just like on Fiverr.com there, and then it would be a competition of who could be the best at what they can do for whatever amount that they want. Get a rating on that, and then the market will come to them and say, "Look, I want a graphic designer or a digital marketer or a writer or an editor or a programmer," and they will accept cryptocurrency for that. They'll also have a rating as well, so you're rest assured that you'll not be scammed out of it there, and then the system can grow. So that's Jobs 3 in a nutshell. We want to have a decentralized marketplace for anybody to build on top of this, and then as the system grows and people get familiar with it, it will people will have a 5-star or whatever if we choose out of 10 stars, 9-star rating, and then any of the 1-stars there, they will just be phased out of the market. So we're providing trust. People are trusting each other inside this space as well. So that's Jobs 3. That there is a project that we're taking on in our Tectum Labs protocol. It'll be built out on the Tectum blockchain. It will have its own coin released somewhere down the line as well. So that will that could be one of the ways in which people can opt into it there, using the coin for discounts, and so on and so forth. So
Yeah, there's loads. Just listening to you, there's absolutely loads of stuff you could do with that coin. Like you could even ask people that they have to pay for the services in the coin, etc. Are you going to have coins back to like your token as well for your blockchain? How will that work?
Yeah, more than likely. More than likely, there will be some kind of ratio between TET token and any coins that are going to be launched on our platform. We still haven't ironed that out yet, because we have, this is, I guess, officially the first project that's going to be incubated into our Tectum Labs. So as you know, we're a very dynamic team there. We sort of, as we go along there, we start figuring things out, and then we implement it there accordingly. We make sure that it's fair as possible there. One of those things is it's probably going to have a DAO system that's going to be objective, and the community can run that. So the coin will obviously, the more people with the coin, the more voting rights you will for that DAO protocol. More than likely, it will have a DAO on top of that for governance, but we haven't fully worked that out yet. But we will be issuing more details as and when they do come to us.
Yeah, and that's what I love about you guys. End of the day, you move with the times. You don't, a lot of people say they're going to do something, and in 6 months, that idea is no good anymore. So it's always good to be able to just, move with the times, and that's what Tectum's all about, in my eyes. Like, end of the day, if something changes in the space, that you're always. I've seen what you do, and like the way you work and you build as a team. It's actually astonishing, and I'm really happy that I got to know you guys early. And I see how hard you work every single day. In the bear market, you guys were like literally, I think you were the most active people I've seen in the space. Like even during the hardest times, you were releasing news every single day, and most days it was absolutely huge news, like listing here, listing there. So yeah, hats off to you guys, man.
Yeah, look at, and that's the thing about bear markets. There, it weeds out the weak and allows the strong to grow. And we just kept our heads down there. Like we don't get involved with the speculation side of things there. Yes, that is a part of it, obviously there, but we want to build utility. If you build utility, you will be here for the long term. And so we just got our heads down there, kept building, kept providing utility there, and the optimum time is during a bear market there. And then whenever we do get to the bull run, then we can just start riding the waves there and really ramping up the market in there to show people, hey everybody, this is what we've been doing in the 2 years where everybody else was gone, and
Yeah,
rinse and repeat. Do that there for the cycles.
I totally agree. And do you know what? Because I know of my token main, for anyone that doesn't know, it's like a marketing token. And it's been a pleasure. Like Russell supported main quite a lot. He's actually bought some of my tokens. And in return of like the help, like he's actually said that main will be like a hub for your projects that launch on Tectum. So I always think in this space, teamwork is always like, teamwork makes dreams work. So I'm really grateful to you guys as well.
Yeah, well, look, and that there is the thing about Jobs 3 as well. There, you can advertise your services on Jobs 3 there, and then that just creates a full circular economy for everybody. And any you could advertise your services onto Jobs 3 there, and then the projects that come along there will be introducing them to Jobs 3 there and say, look at all of these services that you can opt in and opt out of, and that will streamline your your starting step from one to getting launched and getting out there. You don't, because as I say there, the problem with people is they want to build in the crypto industry, but they have to go through all the riffraff, and some people are charlatans there and squeeze the juice out of people there. Whereas you go to Jobs 3, everything's in front of you. It's got a rating system there, and you'll see what you can pick and choose from, and they'll see that somewhere down the line, the Lions Mane here is a service there. It's an AMA. We've jumped on it there. It's got 5 stars out of 5 there. And then they can click on that, and then just simply schedule a call with you there, build rapport, build a partnership. Boom. It just streamlines the entire process for everybody.
Yeah, it's amazing. And do you know what? I've been in the space since 2016. I've helped a lot of projects in the past. Obviously, I've been with you since launch. Since I think in the last year or so, so many botted accounts have like turned up. Like people have bought like accounts with 1 million followers, and literally they bring no value to any project. So it will be good to actually, there's so many good people in the space, but there is also so many. I know some people have got like 10 accounts and they charge the same company, and they just post on and they bring no value. So this jobs free is actually going to change the space, to be honest.
Yeah, and look, I mean, this is coming down to, I guess, the whole regulation thing there. Regulation is coming down the line. We're not 100% behind regulation there. We are more involved with self auditing. If people in this space can self audit themselves to such a degree in which you can build trust with one another, then we don't need regulation. We can simply coexist with one another, and know the charlatans from the good, promote the good from the bad, and then phase out the bad, into which there is no demand for them. All the demand will be going to all the good people in the space there, and Jobs 3 is going to provide that. That's the beauty of it there. It'll will funnel everybody to Jobs 3. They'll see all the services in place. The good services there will go to the top. The bad services will go to the bottom, like any other marketplace there. But everybody will be accounted for, and you can self audit yourself there in order to get more demand coming your way. So that's how we see ourselves tackling the whole regulation debacle that is coming down the line.
Yeah, that's amazing. So is Jobs Free actually created by Tectum, or is it a project that you're bringing on? Do you will you own that, or how does it work?
Yeah, so it's a mix of new pool that's coming to us, as well as some of the talent that is already with Tactum there. We've pretty much built out the soft note system, the payment system there, and so we are going to keep being involved, keep evolving Tectum, the blockchain, the payment system there, keep the marketing up, obviously, there for the bull run that's coming there. But there is some talent that we have been in touch with over the year, and actually this was the inception of Jobs 3, really, where we've seen a lot of talent coming our way, but it just wasn't a right fit for tech and blockchain. But if we can put them onto this platform, then they can build a platform for themselves. So it is a mixture of some of the talent on our side and some of the talent on the Jobs 3 side there. But Jobs 3 originally was very similar to what do you call it? Is it Web3? Basically a service there where you'd advertise a job. If Tactum was looking for a candidate, we'd go to Jobs 3. Jobs 3 would advertise that job, and that the provide that market. We've just partnered up with them there, and we're just going to take them to the next level and bring them into a hub scenario in which we bridge the talent in all departments.
That's amazing, and I'd be happy to get in touch with them also, because I love stuff like this. And to be honest, uh, I know a lot of people in like real life who have got recruitment agencies, but obviously not Web3, for Web2. And some of the money they charge on commission for getting jobs and stuff. This Jobs Free is actually really exciting for me, so I'm definitely going to look in getting. I'm definitely going to have a look into that 100%. But do you want to take some questions from? I've got there's so many questions in my group at
Yeah,
the moment.
yeah,
Have you got
yeah. Well, look,
time?
how about we pitch QuanMed AI as well? That's the second project that we're taking on to our Tectum Labs protocol. So I'll give a quick pitch on it, and
Yeah,
then we can reach out to questions.
yeah, sure, mate. Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, so look, QuanMed AI is it's a massive project there on our hands, and basically we've talked about Jobs 3 there, but basically right now the medical industry is 100% centralized. It is so centralized. The whole industry is just held by a small number of pharmaceutical companies there, and that was because of policies that was made in the past there, particularly in the 1980s, in which um, drug manufacturers there threw the risk away, were allowed to throw the risk away so that liabilities could not go back to them. So that meant that drug manufacturing there became very much who cares about the patient there, because they can't sue us, they can't come back and sue us. Not only that, um, when we think of the medical industry being centralized, it out of all the industries, it is so slow to keep up with cutting edge technology. And QuanMed AI proposes changing the paradigm to that. We want to make the medical industry go from fully centralized to having an option of becoming fully decentralized. Um, when we're talking about the centralized medical industry, you're talking about where no one has access to their medical records. Then medical records there can be sold in any kind of market there where you don't know where it's going, what they're doing with it there with your data. It's also not secure. It's very very slow. Progress is very hard to come by, and the system in a whole there is just slow. Everybody here can go to the hospital there, and everything is just so slow in comparison to anything else. Same with the banking industry as well there. But so Med AI wants to bring basically the medical industry into a completely decentralized realm, and in a very small way, that could be where everybody here has got access. They've got private keys to their medical records, and they have got access to their medical records. And if they want to keep it to themselves and be fully private, they can. But if they do want to monetize their medical data, then they're free to do so. They can share their data with third parties for research and development. But not only that, they can pick and choose who they want to share their data with there. So they can share it with a company that has got their ethics in the right place and want to do research and development there for the betterment of mankind. And there's where QuantMed AI comes into play. So we're going to have a decentralized database for everybody's medical records. You'll have access to them medical records. You're free to do whatever you want with them there. You can share it with whoever you want. But not only that, we're going to use quantum computing and AI machine learning in order to give you a better diagnosis on conditions that might be underlying that a human would never have the time or the skill set to figure out. It's very bold. It's it's a very bold project there, and there's a lot to go. There's a lot into it there, but we are going to be we are going to have small pitch decks coming out to us there. Right now, you can go through the nitty and gritty with a white paper, a light paper, and so on. But it's very intense and very, very technical there. But we will have smaller pitch decks so that the ordinary person that hasn't got the time there to go through it can go through it in simple terms. But that's QuantMed AI. It's going to be a mix of decentralized medical records, as well as quantum computing, as well as AI algorithm learning, and it'll give people back their medical records for themselves there. And then we want everybody in the medical system to opt into that. We want doctors, physicians, surgeons, all to opt into this so that we can streamline the entire medical industry there. So everything's much quicker, everything's more thorough. No one is missing out on the right medicine for themselves, and that includes Western medicine, Eastern medicine, and all in between there. So we are going to open it up there, and we reckon there that it's going to be a real staple, a real cornerstone for the decentralized revolution that is coming our way.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. Are you in talks with any like countries or anything like to do with that at the moment? Have you actually got anyone on board?
Yeah, well, funny, we circled back. We have got a huge sort of knowledge base there of people there that we have been in talks with in the past with about Tectum blockchain, soft node payment system there, and what we're finding is that we're circling back with these people there. Some of them are in the medical industry there, but one thing we're finding is they're very warm and very receptive to this, because they realize that this is needed there. Like, medicine needs to be decentralized. It needs to be brought back to its basic levels again, and not controlled by 4 or 5 big companies there that are in for profit and not for the good health of the patient. So we are in a lot of talks with people at the minute there, and as well, if people don't know there, like Russell's background is actually in the medical field there. He done his he done his studies in the medical field, and well, he can talk more about it himself there. But obviously, there he's got a good knowledge base, good base to go back to people there. But we are. We are sort of getting that together at the minute there, and getting some good people to jump on board there. But everybody we've been speaking to has been very receptive, very warm to it there, and we are going to reach out to even more people in this field as well there, including biohackers. Biohackers have been very popular over the last couple of years, and this is the perfect platform for them there. And this is going to be an app that you can do on your phone. You can input your data records into it, and physicians can provide their services onto it. Biohackers can include their platforms onto it as well there. So we're going to grow it out steadily there, but we're going to start. It'll be around mid-March, April time there, whenever we'll start really putting the resources behind it.
That's amazing, mate. And is this going to be one of the probably the second project that's incubated onto your chain then? So
Yes.
can you explain? Can you explain to people what's actually happening with the blockchain at the moment, and when's everything going to be going live, etc.?
Yeah, well, that's another thing to touch up on there. So 2024 is the year where we want to go public. We want to have the blockchain fully public, open source, decentralized. We've already started with staking. So if anybody doesn't know, we opened up our staking protocol on the 1st of January on our own network there, the T12 network. And we've seen, well, I haven't got the details in front of me there, but
I see it's huge. Was it like 20? Is it 28 million or something like that, or
yeah,
18 or 28 million in like a
yeah,
week?
I think yesterday there we've got about 28 million worth in tokens locked up. Now that's between both networks. That's between the T12 staking platform and the ERC20 platform as well. But we are phasing that out on ERC20, and then they'll be migrating over to T12 there. But yeah, as of yesterday there, it's bound to be at least it's bound to be about 500,000 tokens, TET tokens, and T12 that are staked, locked up, and for the next 3 to 6 months there. So that's the first, I guess the first line item for going fully decentralized. And as the year goes on there, as the months go on there, we will be steadily making our network fully decentralized there. So that's our main aim for 2024. And obviously, as it becomes more decentralized and open source there to the fullest degree, then developers there can have all the access on GitHub and whatnot for what they need there to build on top of our platform there, and start building out their own decentralized applications and so on. And then obviously, the more people that develop on our network, the more people that can throw their ticket in the hat for for us to onboard them onto the Tectum Labs incubation and launchpad scenario. And if anybody, if we do pick any projects there to come onto our incubator, then obviously we're going to share a lot of our resources with them. That we'll make a partnership with them. They'll share some of their tokens with us. We'll share our resources with them, whether it be our connections with CEXs and DEXs, as well as development time, marketing time, things of that nature. So we want to grow the network. 2024 is the year to go decentralized, fully decentralized, allow the protocol to the public, allow it to the node operators to run the upkeep on it there, get paid rewards for that, and that provides trust for developers to come over, build projects, and then the whole ecosystem grows into the behemoth that it's going to be.
I absolutely love it, mate. And you know what? This is a sort of AMAs that I love. Like literally, some projects I get on here. It's so hard to find conversation, but literally, I could speak about this all day. You know, that's why I love these sort of projects because, like, you know, I've got to be honest. Not every project I'm passionate about, but there's a select few, and you are one of the main ones I'm really passionate about. And it's so nice to like literally, I could speak to you all day and Russell. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
But honestly, it's absolutely astonishing what you've built, and I'm so proud of what how you know. I know you did struggle, like everyone did in the bear market. I know you struggled, and the way you kept going, and you didn't give up, and you kept building and building, and it just shows, doesn't it? Like hard work always pays off, mate. So congratulations.
Yeah, look, the path of most resistance is the path there that gives you the greatest strength. It's anybody can launch in a bull market. Anybody can launch any token at any stage there and make gains out of it there, but it takes a lot of courage there to launch a token in the midst of a bear market there. We did it. We did it with success. And the token has steadily grown. I mean, look at the charts over the last 7 or 8 months there, and all of that is just from hard work and sweat.
No, I totally agree. I've gone through it with mine. Obviously, I'm only a small project, and literally, I'm like a one man band, but I've got an amazing community behind me. And even during the hard times, we've held a strong floor. We've never gone below pre-sale price, etc. And we just keep grinding every day, and that's what it's about. You just got to keep going. There's days where you feel like giving up, but you've got to you keep going, don't you?
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, so we've got a few questions. I don't know how long you've got left. Are you in a rush or it's up to
Oh
you?
well. Yeah, we'll give it about 10, 15 minutes. We'll see
Yeah,
see what we can get through.
that's perfect. All right, we've got Waddy up here. How you doing, Waddy?
Hey, good morning, Scott. Good morning, DS. Tectum. Man, I just want to say that I regret not jumping in the $9. I saw it go up, up, and every time I was like, I'm gonna go now. Then I was like, no, because I see it. I think it's too high, and it just kept going all the way to $45, and I just want to congratulate you guys because you obviously doing an excellent job. So my next question is any other exchanges coming like I mean tier 2, tier 1 exchanges coming soon?
Yeah, great question. And I do have to be careful what I say there. We have signed NDAs and whatnot there, but obviously because of the run that we've had in the last couple of weeks there, we are in talks there with exchanges, and we can't say what tier they're on there, but obviously it's because of the run lately there, it's not going to be just your ordinary one. So we are in talks. We're in talks with several of them there. We're just trying to negotiate, and then obviously the ETFs is going to play a big part in this. The due date is tomorrow for a yes or a no on the spot ETFs, and that's going to play a big role in the decision from any exchanges there. So we're always we're 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 definitely in talks there, and time will tell there on how negotiations will play out there. But yeah, we're definitely over the last couple of weeks there, things have taken on to the next level there. So exchanges have noticed that. I'll say that much.
Nah, fair play. So I can say when Binance. Oh no, mate, you deserve it. You deserve to be on the best exchange. You've worked hard. There's so many shit coins that are listed on top exchanges. You should be on the toppest exchange, mate. So, end of the day, I know you can't say much because it's NDA and stuff, but I'm sure you'll get there to the top.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. We'll keep plugging away until we get to the top.
Cheers, buddy. Have you got anything else?
No, so far just to tell them keep on doing the great work because obviously I was impressed by the technology when you guys spoke about it, which actually thanks to Scott and letting me come up. And man, I was like, this is gonna be a good project, but I did not think it was gonna take off the way it did so fast. So congrats again.
Yeah, because I don't know if you was here, Trevor, but Waddy actually come up on the last AMA when Russell was here, and so I just wanted to bring him back up. He's a lovely guy, and if anyone who doesn't follow Waddy, he always puts a bit of information on his profile. So if you want to drop him a follow, feel free. But yeah, man, I know there's so much more we could speak about, but we normally keep the AMAs for about an hour long. So if there's anything you just want to close off on.
Yeah, look, for myself, again, there 2024 there, it's going to be the most ambitious year yet for us. We've spent 2 years building out as hard as we can there during the bear market. ETFs is very close to being signed off, and that is only going to be bullish in general, yes, but especially for us, because our center and front stage product is the soft note, and that the soft note vehicle is the perfect vehicle in which Bitcoin can be cheaper and faster in order to make into a currency again. And a lot of these big companies, I mean, we've seen BlackRock already start a bidding war with other companies there with fees for the ETFs. And the only system out there right now that can compete, or that they can utilize to keep those fees low, is the soft note. So ETFs is going to play a big role in that. The bull run is around the corner there, so that means there's going to be a lot more demand coming in for Bitcoin and all the alts, and we have got the product there to make sure that it's we've got the best payment system out there, because crypto is going to have to get into the realm of being a payment system there that everybody can use without having to have months of learning about there. So the payment system is going to be huge for us. QuantMed AI is going to be huge for us, because who doesn't want decentralized the medical industry to go into the decentralized realm? And then Jobs 3 is going to play an important role for anybody that wants to opt out of the legacy system, opt out of the banking system, and get paid in cryptocurrency for their talents, their skill set, and they can advertise that on Jobs 3, get payments going their way in a very efficient manner. They can keep as private as they want. So we're building it all out as best we can there. So 2024 is going to be our year. So that's my closing remarks there. And yeah, thanks for all the questions there. And as always, there, great community there. Love jumping on there every couple of months there.
Yeah, mate, it's always a pleasure. Honestly, Tectum always is one of my favourite AMAs. Next time we'll get Russell up as well. I know he was busy today, but we'll get the whole team up like last time. It was really fun, that was. But honestly, keep up the good work, mate. And yeah, just keep smashing it. DBS, do you want to take over and
Yeah, bro. I got you. And again, everybody, I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for coming here to the Lion's Den and listening to what Tectum had to say. A great group of guys over there, obviously doing amazing things. I for one, can definitely appreciate them for being a small business owner here in the United States. So whenever we're talking small business, I'm all ears, I guess you could say. So yeah, you know the routine as well. Anybody that's here in the Lion's Den right now, you're always welcome to come over to the main Telegram. What's great about that is that whether you're a holder or not there, you're always welcome to come in, speak about different projects, which we all know is not is kind of outside of the norm here in the space. Usually when you go into different Telegrams, you're not allowed to speak about different projects. Well, we're different at Maine, and we welcome each and every one of you to come out and hang out with us and just enjoy the vibe. We do have staking now available from our friends over at Codex. Just wanted to shout those guys out too. We're upwards of over 20% of the supply stake now. So that's exciting for us. And again, I just wanted to say, as always, you could have been anywhere in the world today and you came over here to hang out with us right here in the Lion's Den. And we appreciate each and every one of you. And we'll catch you on the next one. Hope you have a great day or night. Bye-bye.